The Mountain Is You by Brianna Wiest is a profound exploration of self-sabotage and the hidden emotional patterns that quietly shape our lives. At its core, the book argues that self-sabotage is not a sign of weakness or lack of willpower, but a reflection of unresolved emotional wounds and unmet needs. We often stand in our own way not because we want to fail, but because part of us is trying to protect us. The mountain we struggle to climb is not an external obstacle. It is the accumulation of fear, trauma, limiting beliefs, and subconscious programming that keeps us attached to what feels familiar, even when it hurts. Wiest explains that self-sabotage occurs when our conscious desires conflict with our subconscious comfort zones. You may consciously want success, love, stability, or growth, but if those outcomes feel unsafe to your nervous system, you'll resist them. The mind is wired for survival, not happiness. If chaos was your normal, peace may feel unsettling. If rejection shaped your early experiences, intimacy may feel dangerous. As a result, you procrastinate when opportunities arise, withdraw when relationships deepen, or quit when progress begins. The behavior is irrational on the surface, but emotionally it makes perfect sense. It is a defense mechanism rooted in protection. A central theme of the book is emotional intelligence. Real transformation does not begin with productivity hacks or surface-level habits. It begins with understanding your emotional triggers. Every intense reaction carries information. Jealousy reveals desire. Anger uncovers violated boundaries. Anxiety signals fear of uncertainty or loss of control. Instead of suppressing or judging these emotions, Wiest encourages readers to examine them with honesty and curiosity. When you ask what your reaction is trying to teach you, you shift from self-criticism to self-awareness. This awareness becomes the foundation for growth. The book also emphasizes the importance of healing the past rather than endlessly reliving it. Many self-defeating behaviors are attempts to recreate familiar emotional states because the brain prefers predictable discomfort over unpredictable change. To break these cycles, you must process unresolved pain instead of numbing it. This requires sitting with uncomfortable feelings without immediately reacting or escaping. Emotional regulation becomes a skill, learning to pause, observe, and choose your response rather than acting from impulse. In doing so, you reclaim power over your patterns. Another powerful idea Wiest explores is the concept of identity. You cannot sustainably change your life without changing how you see yourself. Your self-image acts as a ceiling. You will unconsciously adjust your actions to remain consistent with it. If deep down you believe you are unworthy of success, you will find ways to undermine it. If you believe you are incapable of healthy love, you'll gravitate toward relationships that confirm that belief. Lasting change requires rewriting the internal narrative. This happens through small, consistent actions that reinforce a new self-concept. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you gather evidence that you are reliable. Every time you face fear and survive it, you gather proof that you are resilient. Wiest introduces the idea of radical responsibility, not as self-blame, but as empowerment. Blame focuses on who caused the wound. Responsibility focuses on who will heal it. You may not be responsible for everything that happened to you, but you are responsible for what you do with it now. When you stop waiting for apologies, validation, or perfect circumstances, you free yourself from dependence on external change. Taking responsibility means acknowledging your patterns without shame and deciding to break them with intention. It is a shift from victimhood to agency. The book also reframes discomfort as a necessary companion to growth. We often interpret discomfort as a sign that something is wrong, but in reality, discomfort frequently signals expansion. When you pursue a new path, your old identity resists. When you outgrow relationships or habits, grief may accompany progress. Wiest reminds readers that transformation is rarely graceful. It involves dismantling parts of yourself that once served you. Yet what feels like falling apart is often a reorganization into something stronger and more aligned. Ultimately, The Mountain Is You is a guide to inner reconstruction. The mountain is not an enemy to conquer, but a challenge designed to reveal your strength. Each trigger is an invitation to heal. Each setback is a chance to build resilience. By understanding the roots of self-sabotage, developing emotional intelligence, reshaping identity, and embracing radical responsibility, you gradually turn the mountain from an obstacle into a path. The work is not about becoming someone entirely new. It is about shedding the protective layers that no longer serve you. When you learn to face yourself with honesty and compassion, you realize that the same force that once held you back can propel you forward. The mountain was never there to block your path. It was there to teach you how to climb.